Hi everyone, welcome to James English. CTET English Pedagogy, Chapter 4. In this series, we have already learned 3 chapters, and today we are going to focus on Chapter 4, that is the role of grammar in learning language. In this chapter, we have a total of 17 questions which were asked in the previous CTET examinations. Let us try to discuss them one by one. Question number 1. Communicative language teaching is concerned with. The question is very simple. Communicative language teaching is concerned with. Options. Teaching language to learners for written tests, interpreting grammar rules to suit the audience, enhancing receptive, productive skills such as speaking, listening, reading, writing. And fourth option, that is teaching of vocabulary and grammar through rules of spelling and language. Here, option 2 is the right answer, that is interpreting grammar rules to suit the audience. Question number 2. When a test item expects the learners to use a tense form, voice, connectors, prepositions, and articles accurately, such an approach can be called. Options: mixed grammar task, improper grammar testing, integrated grammar testing, asserted grammar practice. Here, option 3, that is integrated grammar testing, is the right answer. Question number 3. Minimal pairs are used usually to give practice in. I repeat the question. Minimal pairs are usually used to give practice in. Options: pronunciation, reading, vocabulary, structures. Here, option 4, that is structures. Next question. I suggest that we all watch the movie Tiger. It has been suggested that we watch the movie Tiger together. The two given statements can be differentiated by drawing students' attention to the dash. Options: change in the verb forms, the roles of the subject and the object in the both sentences, use of by in the passive form, the arrangement of words. For this question, the right answer should be option 2, that is the roles of the subject and the object in both sentences. Next question. You have to bring your own stationery. You will need 2 pencils, an eraser and a ruler. The underlined word is. Here the word underlined, stationery, has been underlined, and this is a substitute word, a reference word, conjunction, lexically similar word. Here option 1, that is it is a substitute word. Next question. Exemplar for homophone would be easel, eisel, bear, stale, stock. Here option 2 should be the right answer because we are talking about homophone. Homophone is a word which pronounced like another word, but it has a different meaning and different spelling. It has different meaning and different spelling. But here, if you look at these two words, the pronunciation is altogether different. Eisel, aisle. And here stale, stall, stock, stoke. But here bear, bear. In the American pronunciation, we have the similar spelling, that is a bear, bear. But in UK pronunciation, we call it, this one is a bear and this one is a bear. But even then, we can say that here the right option should be option 2, that is a bear. Right. 7th question. Which is a lexical word? We have 4 options here. Love, is, the, might. Here I would say Love is a lexical word. Lexical means, it has an independent meaning. It has an independent meaning. So, for example, here love is a noun. So, nouns, adjectives, these always carry a perfect meaning. That means they have independent meaning. They don't have to depend on any other part of the other meaning. But whereas verb, article and modals, all these are actually non-lexicals, right? Eighth question. While learning about the passive voice form, students learn about. While learning passive voice, students learn about use of by, position of verbs, position of nouns, use of verbs. Remember, here option 4 is the right answer, that is the use of verb. So we're talking about passive voice. So what is a passive voice? An action done by object. So an action done by subject is active voice. So here the highest priority is given to the use of verb. So when an action done by subject, active voice, when an action done by object is passive voice. Hence the right answer is option 4, that is use of verb. Ninth question. Students can leave the school premises at 12:30 p.m. Students ought to leave the school premises at 12:30 p.m. The two given sentences can be differentiated by drawing students' attention to the options: differences in the arrangement of words, meaning conveyed by the modals or verb modifiers, the roles of the subject and the object in both sentences, absence of the change in the verb form. Here only option 2 is correct and the rest of the statements are absolutely wrong. Look at the verb forms here, especially modal auxiliaries. Students can, possibility, students ought to. So here the right answer is meaning conveyed by the modals is the right answer. 10th question. Identify where the collective form is an error. Find out the incorrect collective noun. Host of angels, there is a group of angels, and congress of baboons. Baboons ante it's kind of monkeys. And clutch of ducks. Absolutely it's a wrong answer. Shoal of fish. Shoal of fish ante, a shoal of fish means it's a group of fish. Hence, here only option 3 is the right answer. Remember, hence a clutch of ducks is the wrong answer. So identify where the collective form is incorrect. So we should actually say that a flock of ducks, not a clutch of ducks. Right. 11th question. The politician had been making promises long before election time. The statement is in dash tense, past tense, present perfect continuous, past perfect continuous. Here this should be past perfect continuous because we are using the structure subject had been V4 plus object. Had been refers to past perfect continuous tense. Next question. In the communicative classroom, learners acquire the grammar of the second language too. The grammar of second language too. Options: understand second language better while reading and listening to it. Understand how to make meaning and become more proficient in speaking and writing. Enhance their formal communication skills. Fourth option, write confidently. And I would say that option 2 is the right answer. That is, understand how to make a meaning and become more proficient in speaking and writing. Next question. Structures in second language are better assimilated in a pedagogical practice. Pedagogical practice. Option 1. Through repetition and practice of commonly used syntax. Through application of learnt structures in a discrete language items. Through meaningful interaction with interesting contents. Insisting on accuracy, explicit instruction in rules. So absolutely it should be option 2, that is through application of learnt structures in discrete language items. Next question. Students can master complex language structures without being aware of the fact that they are doing so. I repeat the question. Students can master complex language structures without being aware of the fact they are doing so through options: regular, simple grammar practice sessions, teachers avoiding the teaching structures altogether, use of grammar games with a focus on relevant structures, more speaking and listening practice with a regular feedback. Here option 3, that is use of grammar games with a focus on relevant structures is our right answer. 16th question. Functional grammar refers to learning grammar by knowing the technicalities of language, learning grammar through the rules of language, learning grammar in isolation, learning grammar in a given context. Remember always, functional grammar is always identified with learning grammar in a given context. Hence option 4 is a right answer. Last question. Pedagogical grammar is learning of rules first and then the meaning of words. Learning of meanings through form. Option 3. Learning of grammar in the context through use. Fourth option. Learning of grammar through prose and poetry on. Here option 3, that is learning of grammar in context through use is called pedagogical grammar. Hence we have completed 4th chapter, that is the role of grammar in learning a language. So I request everyone to please go through the chapter once again. The PDF I have already posted in our Telegram group. So please download the PDF and listen to the video once again. Wish you all the best.